let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well,
Can
I'll
I
leave the rest up
graduate?
to you.
Let's go.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
You know, Bianca, you're shut your mouth.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Is this some sort of joke? Dude, you saw her. She's alive.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Mario Kart? Seriously? Hero's an idiot. He has to be the mastermind.
No, that's a ghost!
Yeah, okay, it's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Oh, ghost technology, because that's how they work.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Oh, same here. You know what? I have never agreed with you more, buddy.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
She's standing right there. Yeah, she's got legs and stuff.
Her traits?
What important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her? Are we doing this? Kyoko's gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery.
I feel
I'm sure of
stupid
it.
right now doing this.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
She's a
And
germaphobe.
would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
I don't think so, because I don't think it was. I don't think the corpse was wearing gloves when we first found it.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Can't believe we had to do this. I know, me neither. It's clearly that it's not any of them. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all. Dang ghost. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here, and the case won't move forward. So we don't have any choice but to. Okay.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
No, you're just an idiot.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
No, they didn't.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
And Hero is your idiot? I guess so. She's right there. Touch her. She's human. I don't want him touching her. Wait, let me touch her to prove it. Can we all just agree that Hero is a moron? And it's the latest tech in human stupidity. I know the body's in Kyoko's and I know I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
Prove she's the dead body.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No. Did you say something weird? Oh, wait. I just...
That
Leave her
Kyoko
alone.
there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
That's right.
They
Wasn't wearing
got
gloves.
burnt up in the explosion.
No.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Oh,
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that
Oh.
corpse is
dang
absolutely...
This
it.
entire discussion is idiotic.
Hold on.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body, what?
They got burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah,
She must have been wearing gloves.
No, because she had fake nails, dude.
No,
Knuckle sandwich.
there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
This is more, so he can't figure out how to murder.
Whoever it was,
But
they
can he
were
commit
wearing
a murder?
fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Excuse me? The term dumb luck couldn't be any truer, and he's not even the ultimate lucky student.
Anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Dude, imagine if Kyoko's hands were like Terminator hands, and that's why she needs to wear the gloves. It's hard to wear fake nails and gloves at the same time, but I could just imagine.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Oh my gosh, and of all people, Hero.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Sprinkler's exploded bloody body analysis and tattoo on the right hand.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
The one thing that can tell us was on the victim's own body.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
I can't believe we had to do that. Takes her by the shoulders. What is the matter with you? At least she is still alive. And she may or may not be a robot. We'll find out. She's definitely not a ghost. We know that.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way... I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description. Well, if we can't identify the body...
And there's nothing else we can do, right?
Dang.
If Kyoko really is...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Sorry that took so long. I have to like focus so much on those.
Identify the body.
Yes, waifu is alive and will stay alive as long as CRG doesn't mess up, right? CRG? You're putting a lot of pressure on me. I'm a little scared. It's one of the reasons I don't have fake nails. I hate them. I can't wear gloves, and I like wearing gloves like Kyoko. Okay, cool. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Unusual?
Oh, an unusual death. This I gotta see.
Why would he say something like that?
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
the key to figuring out who it was.
I'll make sure that you have a talk with Hiro, like, stop saying stupid stuff, just shut up. Fingernails are so bloody annoying. It must hurt, too, like, because don't they have, like, glue on them? I don't know.
Is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
No, it's a wolf!
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
We'll just pretend she didn't say something like that.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
Better be scared.
No, that's not it. The
Oh, yes, you do,
identity of
and
the
you've had them
victim
before.
is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, no, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoos to the other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. Shoot. If you compare the tattoo to the other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. Is it this?
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is a wolf. Oh. Really? Do we have to? But do I have to?
Now I understand.
They gave me 6 minutes for that, by the way.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
A wolf?
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Oh, he's talking about Toko. Yeah, isn't it strange, everybody, that Toko's kind of like normal right now and is like actually like helping out for what's going on?
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
It's the only explanation.
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a coup last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all,
Says
looking
ultimate
at her
soldier.
profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
She's so calm right now and like actually contributing. What is
So
happening?
you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Oh, it's about to get real.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Okay, did his voice change a little bit?
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects. Myself and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to
Everyone else
explain.
has an alibi except for us.
Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
Did you see the look on her face? That's the first time we've seen her, like, surprised.
The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
Hold on. If they were going to the bathroom in pairs, I'm assuming the 2 boys went together and the 2 girls went together, right? If that's the case, what's to say a couple of them, like either the pair of boys or the pair of girls, would have been like, you want to go murder somebody? So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Dang it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Objection!
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right?
Right.
And she went to go get the pickaxe.
And she said what? It was before 9? So what time was the body discovered at 9 o'clock? Roughly. It was roughly 9
The
o'clock.
body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, so, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Can pinpoint it even better than this, too.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit. so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right?
That was around
Right
7:30.
around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Sprinklers, exploded body analysis, fragments near the dead body. Sprinklers is gonna be it. I bet.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the
Timer for the sprinklers, yeah, that sounds right. Yep. Yep.
We've
That last
established the
one.
time it took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep. And
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Oops. Okay, I must have missed it.
We've established a time it took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep. And Makoto.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
Is it this one? Nope.
Shoot!
Oops. Well, now I just look like an idiot.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere
Oops.
between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit
Commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Oh my gosh.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
Hold
That's
on.
more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Hold on.
We've established a time frame for it took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Hold on.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
So Makoto, if you
I'm
have
very
any
confused with this
objections,
one.
Now would be the time.
There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
The only other one is the 10 a.m. one, right? Yeah.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Shoot!
I'm gonna fail this, because I'm not understanding.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
The sprinklers turn on
It
at
took place somewhere between
7.
10 o'clock at night and 9
Or
o'clock
7:30?
in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
I shot the 7:30 thing. I wonder if maybe I had missed.
7:30.
But she said, are you trying to blame me
That's
for
more
something?
than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a
You gotta find
time
someone's
frame
cat.
for the
I think I
murder.
did that one too.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Try the 10 without the 7:30.
And Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place
Somewhere between 10 o'clock.
No, that's wrong.
You're right. Oh my gosh, I suck at this.
Actually, the
Ta-da!
murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers
in the garden.
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly.
Someone covered it with a tarp, though. You think he's mad?
The body
Definitely.
was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Because I poured a bucket of water on it to put it out.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Did anything I said even remotely sound like I was talking about that? Just remember, in most cases you are trying to prove something wrong, so if it has the right answer in the statements, you 99% of the time shouldn't shoot that one. Is she dumb? She's got a lewd brain.
No, I'm saying that the body was
Excuse
wet,
me.
but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Never mind. Toko's being herself again. She's back to normal.
Man, you're totally wacko.
Not hero dumb, she's just lewd. Man, you're totally wacko. You're
If
wacko.
you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence and that should do it. Look at the body itself, that should make it clearer. The moment of truth has arrived. Oh no.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on!
Come on, get her.
Trying to blame me?
What the heck? I was in bullet time mode. What the heck just happened? Nobody believes me! Thought Kyoko, who was standing in front of him, was a ghost. Friendly ghost, at that. Just get Byakuya to control her. You know what? He probably could. Oh, yep, I didn't swap clicks. Let's give it one more shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Here we go. This will be easy peas now. They give us back all of our hearts, so.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything!
Come on, get her. Yeah.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
This should prove it. Yeah.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
So no, the mouth down south was what, you sicko. Exactly. It may sound weird, but can we get Psycho Jill back? At least she had some common sense. You hate Psycho Jill? I like her laugh.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Makoto's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone
I'd just like to say one thing.
Okay, here we go.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
It's a TV
Which
show.
is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
Makes
We're
sense.
this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
Get rid of the strongest one.
Stop wasting
Yeah.
time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake.
You didn't let her answer.
Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
No, I didn't do it. I had a fever. I was sweating in my bed. You came and watched me sleep. It was really sweet, but kind of strange at the same time.
Huh?
Oh.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
What are you? It has to do with the tarp.
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
That's right. A certain something at the scene was used to cover the body. Could it have been? It's the tarp!
I got it! You're talking
Quit
about
embarrassing
the
me,
tarp,
please.
aren't you?
You catch on quick.
Oh, yeah, you know me.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
Yes, ma'am.
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Oh, it's strange. It didn't get any blood on it.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like I'm the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. It was used the way Kyoko said. The tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait.
Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Oh no!
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Byakuya even warned us not to touch it to avoid getting any blood on us.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented...
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got...
But the underside of it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Oops. Oh,
Since it was facing
gosh.
down toward the body,
That's not what I meant to do.
of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the killer prevented...
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side.
But the underside, it was totally...
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward... Of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevented it.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Is there a
The
facepalm
underside
emote?
of the tarp,
What's funny is that is actually one that I'd like to get at one point.
Because that side was protected from the water. Shoot!
This is not going to work out well for me. I can tell you that right
by
now.
covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
but the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Why do I keep messing up? Because I suck at this. That's pretty much it.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body, the killer prevents...
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler...
But the underside of it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the bottom, of course it didn't get dirty.
I'm just shooting at stuff now. I'm just shooting at stuff.
Shoot!
I have no idea.
By covering the body
Body
with the
before
tarp,
explosion on it didn't get
the killer
dirty.
prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
That's because that side was protected from the water.
Shoot!
We gon' die, we gon'
By
die.
covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevents.
So
The reason the tarp was only dirty on one side.
I'm just shooting things. Wrong one, the other one after that one.
Shoot!
By covering the body, the killer prevents.
So the reason that because the spring, but the underside, it was totally
It's because that side was protected since it was facing down. Of course it did.
Didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong.
That one just does not make sense to me. It does not make sense to me.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
I don't think so. We never found a laundry room.
If they
Oh, no,
had,
we did.
They would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Also true, Byakuya.
Oh, yeah, true.
more than that. What if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
The blood was camouflage?
After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
From the nurse's
I know.
office.
They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
Oh my gosh, look, he actually remembers something. Glowing sea in Fallout 4 is glowing with happiness? Sure. That moment when CRG is acting like hero. The chicken? Chicken's delicious.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got the blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean... from the chicken. I think it's from the chicken. Yep. Poor Mr. Chicken.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
Now, where was the chicken carcass?
What? Chicken blood?
Chicken butt?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
It is, well...
Killing a living
I
thing
guess.
just to do something like that is awful.
Thrown
They should
in
have
the
at least
plant.
eaten it.
That might actually be a really smart move. Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten
I
it.
wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that
He
still
walks right
doesn't
into it.
make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I don't think that they would have drenched the body in blood. They probably would have painted it on.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Uh-huh.
I think so.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole.
Oh
but
my
the
gosh.
arms weren't in the sleeves.
It looks like it's on backwards. Am I crazy? It looks like it's on backwards. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms were in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they've already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
I just now noticed. Yeah, I hadn't noticed. Oh, it's a lab coat. Okay.
Pull all that off. Wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
No, Kyoko, you can just stop whenever.
That's not...
You can just stop whenever.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Oh, this is a turn of events I did not plan for. I was pretty feverish. Fevers make people do funny things. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. You know why she's doing it? Because she knows that, like, okay, if I can get them to get the heat off of me and not say that I committed the murder and I'm trying to pin it on Makoto, Makoto is the lucky student, so nothing can be pinned on him. This guy's dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin.
Yeah, let's
50-50 odds.
Yeah, let's let luck do it because ultimate lucky student. You know.
Oh!
Dummy.
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Okay, well, lay it on me.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Yeah.
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
Yeah.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
Uh-huh.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
No, you've never seen the knife. It's a new knife. I've never seen that knife in my life. I mean, I don't know why you're looking at me like that. I've never seen that knife.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
You just remember? You done remember things? Listen, more important. Now that we have that knife, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found out, what are we going to do with it? We can't let Toko keep it. That's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh, me? Yes, so I can pin the murder on you later. You go to Makoto.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
What?
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
No one brought it up, so I didn't say anything about it. Lee would like to have a word about that. Here we go again. Couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Oh wow, that's a huge percentage. Considering everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Oh man. Disguised dead body. Disguised? Spotted body analysis, fragments near the dead body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid of that.
Mm-hmm.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no
No.
question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Disguised dead body?
Really
Do you think
is,
that was the one?
I was
If he did have that knife, that seals it. Just because I had that automatically, well,
Getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So
Uh,
there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
disguised dead body on getting stabbed? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then the other one could also fit as well.
The knife we found lodged in... It's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
if he did have that seals it.
Because from the
Just
way it
because I
sounds,
had the
the
knife
blunt-
once,
the
that
blunt,
automatically makes me the killer?
Weapon is what actually
Getting stabbed is
what actually killed the person.
No, that's
Uh-huh.
wrong.
Nice one, Shadow. Break!
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
Why don't we just take out his vocal cords and he can't make his public
In other words, the
He might be
victim
a-
never wore
a
that
ghost, though.
blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
What do you mean, so what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Now, guys, let's think about this. If the body was stabbed afterwards, wouldn't it bleed when the knife went through it? Or at that point is like there's no blood flowing anymore? Like I'm not understanding that.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Nah. The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. I'm guessing the Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there
Not
was
necessarily.
only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
How about the mask?
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
That's such a cool shot right there. That's so cool. I love it. Saw blade machetes. Excuse me?
The
Nothing.
explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
No, that's not it.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Yep.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
She doesn't need to be smart. She's athletic and flexible. And quite possibly a robot.
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves...
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Hit on the back of her head!
That, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury
has yet to be determined.
No!
Whoa, I did it right!
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The
Nope.
Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Yep.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
Nope.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Thank you, Toko.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
That could be it, but that would probably still hit it hard enough where it would crush your skull.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Or it would just swing it madly.
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
What's happening here?
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Do they understand that they're like making each other suspicious?
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it? Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Yes. Titanium arrows. It's too bad we can't put these things together. Titanium arrows.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Look at Byakuya.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. There are so many of these. Bloody duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Mm-hmm.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Oh, what? That was it? If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't be nearly thick enough, which is why they used...
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin. Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Bloody duct tape too thin?
The
I was thinking like
arrow.
arrows.
It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong.
See, I feel like the other one, the one that said arrows, could also do it too.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
One arrow is too thin, so you need to increase the mass. Yeah. But at the same time, the one that said, oh, a bunch of arrows, it could also be that, and then have another one of those things come up and be like, oh, we wrapped it with duct tape. Or they wrapped it with duct tape.
Inside
Not we.
the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
That's true.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
Oh, really? I don't think I've ever heard of it. Could you recite it for me?
One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway,
Probably not.
That explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Question mark? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. Must be connected to that dojo locker. Oh. The woodblock key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
You know what? Byakuya had her room key. He could have planted it. I mean, he did have the key to Kyoko's room. You could. Byakuya had the key.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Yes, we sure can explain this away.
Hold on a second.
Yep, let's hold
Not
on a
this
second.
Again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko.
He probably knows he's probably just trying to hide it.
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there?
I like to watch you sleep. It makes me feel good.
That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
Pretty sure I don't need protecting. Have you not heard? I'm the lucky student.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she murdered this guy? She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for
That's
me?
enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
That was a luck if you think about it. Oh, what? That she came to protect us?
Wait,
It's true.
I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Oh.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
Because you have the key to my room.
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Another one of these. These things get me so nervous. Like, I get super nervous. When the body's found. Okay.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Why is Byakuya so distant on blaming us and Shadow's waifu? I don't know. Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Yep, which would mean...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No.
There we go. Hey. Whoop. Yeah.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
You guys were there. You saw it.
So that's what you meant.
Yep.
And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
But wait, she has a skeleton key. Oh. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself without with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there something deeper meaning, some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko, but what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... Oh no. The Mastermind's trap. The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie? I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Run away? Let it go? Let it go! I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal?
I'm starting to feel like... Could what's-his-face? Could Monokuma murder somebody? Somehow?
Have you decided to
whoever's
accept
pulling
her
the
assertion
strings?
as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Yep.
You! What are you trying to imply?
Your master did
But
it.
of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Except for when you went to the bathroom. You avoided the bad ending? Okay. Oh, the bad ending? Okay, I don't need to hunt you down like a dog.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Is he talking about me? Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
Yeah, the crazy bear that's just sitting there watching things.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the Mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Excuse me? Time's up? Well, this is new.
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Hold on. I need a drink. What is he talking about?
What? Time's up?
Since when?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
Is it a new rule?
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
This just makes me even more suspicious of Monokuma.
Voting time?
Like, did he actually get involved? Did a student control him? Yo, I got a C, a couple B's. Yo, I got an A though. No, 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 you can't go any further. Aw, man.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
He looks like Sora there, but what's happening? What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
This means that they all voted against me. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong, but I'm lucky, so it's not... I'm lucky. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
Makes perfect sense.
Shing.
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials. I'm gonna end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively grinning punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko?
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Let's give it
Kyoko?
everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Have I been bamboozled by Shadow? Every time I hear the word mastermind, I keep thinking of the Wings of Fire character, Mastermind the Wings of Fire. I bet he ain't nothing like this. Oh, shut up. No way. Dude, I'm lucky. And I have really cool hair. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna die. He's showing me. After school lesson. What? I didn't do it. Some friends I have, though. Is someone gonna come in and save me right at the last second? I'm lucky! I'm lucky! Gosh darn it! I'm lucky! Is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Oh, Chihiro! Get out! Oh. If the crush didn't kill me, the fall will. What? Some friends these guys are. Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This
Alter ego? Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Dang it all to hell. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch and inch. Stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Apparently we're dead. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? What the hell's going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
Why is there happy music right now?
So is Makoto dead or... I don't know. Right now we're talking in our head, so... Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban neighborhood. This is the same line from the beginning. The school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope Speak Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable. Government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop to the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school, filled with the ultimate students, was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Time unknown. There's a Monokuma over there to your right. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. The trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? That's the rocket from the beginning of the game. Yep, right over there, yeah. No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First step was to start looking for a way out of here. Oh, and our pointer thing is green? Is that normal? That's a rocket in a tank. Better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Why not? Seems like a good idea to think about things. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me.
Yep, probably.
Well, is that an airplane? Had something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Good question. Makoto's still alive from the looks of it. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. If I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Here, there's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up, because seriously, how is he not dead from the fall? Because he's lucky. Yes, because he's lucky. Because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was not die. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. Like a crunch? What the? That strange sound pierced my isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? I don't know. Let's take a look. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Kyoko? Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
Well, it's because you have a cup of noodles on your head. Still beautiful, by the way. This place smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious I'm here to help you? Glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. It's a nest of bread and water that she was holding up for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Whew, it really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Yeah. But Kyoko, why'd you come rescue me? To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
Well, listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost, and it's because she knows the secret of the school. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive,
in other words,
so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What is that? I made up my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope Speak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once?
I...
Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. Monokuma had wiped her memory. Yo, Achilles, what's up, dude? What's going on, broski? What's up, dude? How you doing? Were you not feeling well today or something? I thought I saw that in the Discord. Are you feeling better? No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself and disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Monokuma has one of those pens from Men in Black. That's exactly what it did. You're doing crappy? Oh, no, dude. You got your meds, but man. Aw, dude. Well, get some rest, dude. Get some rest. Good vibes, man. Aw. Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind that stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. Oh no, dude, that's fine. I think you were here last week if I remember, right? It's no worries, man. Ooh, it's pneumonia? Dude, yeah, take care of that, man. That's big time bad. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
Correct.
What? It's Hero. Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. Oh, dude. Yeah, man, lots of rest. Good vibes, dude. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her, in which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. She could also tell us that because you're the lucky student. Your intuition was right, though. There was no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should
understand everything.
Okay.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
This happened earlier in the game. Yeah. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Yo, and Achilles, thank you for the host, man. Thank you. One of us. Aha. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. You think she can get us out of here? I'd better talk to Kyoko. Do you want me to tell you which quest it is in Fallout 4? To get strong? I could tell you. I'd better talk to Kyoko. It's actually something I remember from it. It's 10:56. I know. I'm trying to wait until we at least get out of the garbage area. And Ren, thank you for the host as well. Thank you. Yes, please. There is a quest where you get it on your radio, and it's like a radio announcer sounding that is like saying like, "Hey, come here! I need help. I'm at this place in the city. Please help." Blah 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 blah. And as you're going through there, I believe you find him. I think. I may be wrong. But I remember I had strong when I did that quest. And Wolf as well. Thank you for the host. You said he had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own? So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Oh, well, tell me. You mentioned your ability and Shadow as well. Wait, what? Shadow. Thanks for gifting a sub to Achilles, man. I'm still not used to that, just like you said last time. Thank you, dude. That's Shadow. Try using the radio. Thanks for the help. Yeah, that I think should help. You just went to the building to do the quest, and was Strong there? I think like he's like on the way or something. Thanks again, Shadow. And welcome, Achilles, to the sub club. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone else should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Okay, so I was kind of along those lines. I thought she was the ultimate spy. So close, very, very, like this close. Okay, like basically the same. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone who...
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. You're kidding! The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father? What? She's known as the ultimate high school sleuth in the Japanese version? Okay. Holy cow. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? Like the one time she showed emotion? I am your father. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukoto's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. So the teachers... Man. It's a good thing that you've caught up on YouTube. Dude, this is getting crazy, huh? This part takes a while, you think? Okay. Like the just the part out here in the trash room. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room
However,
there. Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. You get that every year? Oh, man. Dude. Yikes. So what was it like, that part of the school? I mean, it's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. Really ominous. Can I go out the door now? I'd better talk to Kyoko. Oh my gosh. Might take a little bit to get a moment when you aren't bombarded by text. Okay, so... Alright, so then I think it's a good idea if we save and this is where we start from next time. Man, I think it's because I've been like so like tense. Like my shoulders like, could you move a little bit? Alright, so yeah, it is 11:02 for me, so yeah, I'm actually gonna call it here. So we start off and we'll continue talking to Kyoko on Wednesday. And Shadow probably knows better, but I feel like this is getting really close to the end. It had me freaked a little bit. Yeah, like what the heck? This is weird too. Like, what is this trash area? With a giant wooden door. Maybe 2 more streams? Holy cow, dude. All right, I guess this is gonna be a pretty long one, but that's gonna wrap it up for me. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you for all the hosts and Shadow for gifting a sub to Achilles. You're awesome, man. Thank you for that and the support. There's a link to the Discord for anyone who would like to hang out with the community when the stream is not live. For anyone who's out there who wants to be informed of when I stream again as well, make sure to hit that follow button. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Stream until about 10 or 11 o'clock for the most part. We're still making our way through this game. The next game that we will be moving on to after this is The Outer Worlds. Super duper psyched for that, especially because like one of the games that we had a lot of fun with last year was Fallout New Vegas, and it seems to be a little bit like that. So looking forward to it big time. Nice. But that's gonna wrap it up for me. Everyone, take care. Achilles, make sure to get some rest, my man. Take care of that pneumonia. Ren, take care of that ankle. Please don't hurt yourself anymore. And everyone else, I hope you're all doing well, and hopefully I will see you next time. Peace.